Oh man, it's so good to be live. Y'all just don't even understand it, man. Listen, I'm trying to tell y'all, listen, Donald Trump is going to make me rich in the next 4 years, man. He is constantly shaking shit up. He's constantly doing shit. And it fits right in with the folk tales. Because we are about to dive deep into it. But first, we got to cover what my man is doing. This shit is crazy. But hey, y'all know, I have to remind you that you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. I am your host, and I am blessed to be here, to be in your presence, whether you're listening live or whether you're listening to a podcast later. I need to let you know that you are now listening to Folk Tales for Grown Folks, and you know that this is a Heart of a Simba production. Well, we strive, when I say strive, we strive to blow up your old paradigm. I am a Gye-Nyame man. I was born for greatness. My greatness comes from my potent sinner. I pledge to find and connect with my sinner. I pledge to build my spirit, mind, and body. I pledge to use my hands to build a better world for myself, my loved ones, and my community. I pledge to use my mind to think deeper, further, and higher to create a better reality for myself. I pledge to live my life and go beyond all my self-imposed limitations. I pledge to promote the principles of the Gye-Nyame warrior and to assist all those seeking the path of success. I pledge all these things first to myself, my teachers, to all my relations, and to my higher power. I am Gye-Nyame. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. That is the Gye-Nyame pledge that is said by all of our true members at least once a day. Peace and welcome to our YouTube channel. Check out our videos and podcasts. Subscribe as well as join the journey. Push past your self-imposed limitations within the Gye-Nyame journey. Peace. Too black, too strong. Alright, yo, this is Brother Hotel, man. And I am thrilled once again to let you know that you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. And man, dude, Donald Trump is turning the world upside down. The Donald Trump is shocking them and rocking them. I thought he was all talk, but Donald Trump is already signing executive orders and making shit happen. Listen. It is incredible. It is incredible because I can't wait to hear what some of my brothers who are the conspiracy theorists, what do they have to say about all this? Because he's smashing this thing called globalization. He's crushing it down to the very last compound. One of the first things he destroyed was the TPP. He got in and he said, no, TPP. Only OPP, right? No TTP, only OPP. You know what I'm saying? We don't want the Trans-Pacific Partnership, but we will take other people. That's right. Listen, he's not playing. So we're going to have to go down a little bit down the timeline. But first, I want to thank everybody once again that's listening, man, because slowly but surely, we're growing. We got people tuning in on Facebook. We got the regular listeners on Spreaker. I got it able to where I could stream without it being interrupted, and I could give my fam out there the shots and the love and the attention that you deserve, because some of y'all have been listening to me for the last 5 years. right? Because I'm not a new jack at this. I've been doing this, right? And you know, some of y'all know we done covered over almost 200 of these folk tales. We done covered hundreds of proverbs. And the thing is, this crystallized wisdom is ready to go out into the world and help us make sense of it, right? Because we think that what we're going through is new. We think Donald Trump is new. Donald Trump is not new. You know what I'm saying? Donald Trump is not new. Neither was Obama. This whole piece that we're going through is not new. Our ancestors have already laid the groundwork for us. They have already gave us the roadmap. All we have to do is be wise enough and bold enough and studious enough to sit up and listen to their wisdom. Unfortunately, their wisdom don't come through academia. Our ancestors didn't store their wisdom in academia. They stored their wisdom in proverbs and stories, right? This whole academia thing, the way it is right now, is new to the world. See, because the way people used to learn, they learned through stories, right? We tell stories. Actually, when you look at the academic documents, they're nothing but stories. They just got bigger words, and they got statistics and graphs and charts, but it's telling a story. And our ancestors mastered the storytelling concept. So now, before we get into the folk tale, I'm letting you know that the lines will be opened up in another 6 minutes. You can hit me up at 614. I'm gonna type it. Oh, goddamn! I'm sorry. I just messed up and closed down my stream on Facebook. I'm sorry. I shouldn't get that excited, right? It's not that serious, right? But yes, it is, because I'm starting to get some loyal Facebook listeners as well. So I need to apologize for that. So what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna post up the exact same thing. The name of the folktale tonight, for those that want to go and do some research and look at it, is called The Ass and the Wolf. The Ass and the Wolf. Man, it was going good too. I was just about to post up all the stuff I need. I pushed the wrong damn button, man. But that's how it is, man. Alright, so so I'm gonna go on up here and post up the number for people to call in. Those out there, Spreaker, that want to join me, feel free to hit me up at 614-556-4535. That's what I was trying to do before when I ended up clicking people off. I apologize. 614-556-4535. So right now, I am on the Gye-Nyame Journey timeline. Actually, I'm on my Gye-Nyame Journey timeline. I'm on my Gye-Nyame Radio timeline for Twitter. You want to follow me, is at Gye-Nyame Radio. I'm also on Gye-Nyame Journey's post. So they're still spreading the word on Facebook. So right now, of course, on the timeline at the top of it, we got Folk Tales for Grown Folks. You know we do this every Tuesday at 9 p.m. every Tuesday. We're dispensing the wisdom of our ancestors. We're distilling we're dispensing it, and we're sitting down, we're looking at it, and we're breaking it down. Because the piece that a lot of people don't really understand is, man, this wisdom is, this is gold, man. This is gold, right? And it's 2,000 years old. And some of the stories we're going to be getting into after we get through Aesop might be older than that, right? But our ancestors spreaded wisdom in this way. All right, so now, let's hit the Great Pumpkin. The Great Pumpkin. The Great Pumpkin is doing it. The Great, let me do my lightning strike. He doing it. I'm gonna have to put the siren of fuckery on. The siren of fuckery, I have to put it on. Listen, it's going down, right?
Because those of you who have been in the communities with me, right, we got conspiracy theorists that say, oh, man, they're moving us towards globalization. This motherfucker came in, and in the first couple of minutes, I don't even think he finished the parade. He was already signing executive orders. Just get rid of shit. Just get rid of shit. I don't like that. Get rid of it. I don't like that. Get out. Yeah. Don't like that one either. You know what I'm saying? He's signing and throwing stuff away. And I'm loving it, yo. I'm loving it because there's lessons in it for our community, all right? I know a lot of y'all don't agree, but hey, it don't matter. It don't matter, right? It don't matter how you feel about it. It don't matter, right? What matters is that you get the lesson. We got to get the lesson, right? We got to get the lesson. We got to start understanding what's going on in the world, in the global sense, right? Because, man, listen, he shut down the TPP. Point blank. Shut it down. Shut it down, right? And right now, the whole world is shaking because they don't know. There's some speculation that this man might want to pull up out of the WTO, right? It's like, yo, he like, look, America first. America first. And I know a lot of people got upset when he was saying that because that shook up everything because America has been in everybody's business. Now he's saying, look, America first in all aspects, right? And a lot of people can't get with that, right? Because we have been used to being the police of the world. We have been used to being able to provide all types of stuff around the world. But the bottom line is there is a lot of stuff wrong here, right, that needs to be fixed, right? Starting with black folks, right? Because, my whole piece is I got to be for us because nobody else is going to be for us but us. It's our responsibility, right? But we got to look at what's happening all over the world, right? Now, what Donald Trump has come in on, right? What Donald Trump has come in on is on the tail end of something that's going on around the world because Donald Trump was not the first shocking thing that happened for us in the world. Y'all remember Brexit, right? I know y'all remember Brexit, right? This is when the British Empire, used to be the British Empire, also known as England or Great Britain. I don't know why we call them great anymore. It's just an island. You know what I'm saying? That little island. You know what I'm saying? That little island of West Asians out there. They decided to pull out of the what's up, brother Tariq? They decided to pull out of the European Union, right? This shocked the world because nobody thought they was going to do it. This is suicide. This is economic suicide for Britain. Britain did it, right? That should have been a signal for a lot of us that change was coming. And then you started hearing national rhetoric from all of these different countries. And then all of a sudden, on our election day, that day in November, that we will never forget, right? Remember, the 4th of November, the day the great pumpkin rose. You know what I'm saying? Listen, now, that was a signal that America was also moving towards a nationalist agenda. Not a global, but a nationalist agenda. Now, I want us to pay attention. I want you to pay attention, right? Because the folktale I got, the Proverbs I got tomorrow night show, tomorrow at 9 p.m., right? They are going to help us understand what's going on, right? Now, Trump, whole piece is America first. And when he said that during the speech, he had people in Davos, Saudi Arabia, wherever it was, where they had the big meeting for the globalization. He had everybody shaking. Why? Because America right now is talking about pulling out and renegotiating all of the trade deals. Stick with me, y'all. I'm bringing this back to y'all house. I'm bringing this back to us, right? Because y'all got to understand what's happening. If we don't understand what happened, If we don't understand what's happening, and what has happened in the past, we are doomed to make the same mistakes, right? Because I'm going to give you a perfect example of what globalization looks like. And it is something that is very familiar to you if you are black. I'm going to let you know what it looks like, right? What it looks like, what our elders told us about, right? What Elder Norma was talking about, and the other elders that was talking about global, what they were talking about, right? When you get on those black stations on YouTube and they're talking about this is what black globals is, this is what it looks like. But a lot of us wasn't wise enough to catch it, right? But Brother Hatim sat still long enough, and I see it. I see it for what it is. Y'all need to really pay attention to this, because I'm going to bring this shit home. Trust me, it's coming back. It's coming back, and it might hurt, and I hope it do, because we got work to do, because it's Gye-Nyame, man. Oh, I said Tuesday, didn't I? No, I ain't say Tuesday. Gye-Nyame, man. Self-determination. Time to define, right? Because this is exactly what Donald Trump is doing for his folk. This is what he's doing for this country. He's defining the limits of what we're going to do. And he's redefining things that are not for him and for America. That's Gye-Nyame, y'all. Y'all might not agree with me, and I don't care. But that's what the show is about, so that we can have these discussions. You want to discuss this with me? Hit me up at 614-556-4535. Because I'm going to keep this line going. I'm going to keep this going for about another 10 minutes, and then we're going to get into the folk tale, and then I'm going to bring it back. That's how cold the ancestors are. I don't even plan what I'm going to be doing next. I'm just following the book. And my whole life and everything in the world has been following the book. We the only ones that's not following the book. We following other books, right? It's simple. It's not complicated, right? They're running strategies that have been ran over and over again. All we got to do is be wise enough to learn. They ran it on our ancestors 2,000 years ago. They ran it on us. They still running the same strategies. I keep telling you, the West Asian is the luckiest group of people on the planet. They lucky, right? But the luck is gonna run out when we start using our wisdom, right? So Trump effect on globalization looms over Davos. It was Davos, right? So they just had a conference about globalization. And everybody was shook up because Donald Trump got up there and did that speech in the way that he did, right? He painted a picture as if America had been getting beat up by everybody. You know what I'm saying? Hell with the fact that we got more drones blowing up people all over the world. Hell with the fact that the CIA has been interfering in other people's elections since the CIA was in business. Hell with the fact that the police is beating the hell up out of us, right? Hell with all that. He painting the picture as if America has been getting whooped for the last 50 years. Got everybody hyped. Got people wishing for jobs that are never coming, right? But we got to respect the strategy, because I'm telling you, I'm gonna bring it home. Stick with me. I'm bringing it home. Let's look at this. Let's look at this article. I'm looking at an article from BNN, right? BNN is on my timeline. It's on my timeline. Trump effects on globalization looms over Davos. Davos, Switzerland. It's been impossible to escape the shadow of Donald Trump at this year's gathering of the business elite at the World Economic Forum in Swiss ski resorts of Davos. That's how they do it, right? They come together and they ski, talk business, right? Hey, we need to come together to go camping. You know what I'm saying? Talk some major business. Uncertainty over what Trump will do once he takes office Friday and whether his presidency will mark the end of globalization dominated discussions all week at this event, which more than any has become synonymous with international business. See, America has been moving in the direction of globalization. And I want y'all to check this out, because I want to bring it home. because I ain't going to bore y'all, right? I ain't going to bore you. Listen. Let me give you an example of what globalization looked like. It looked like Livingston Avenue. It looks like Livingston Avenue. That's what globalization looked like. Globalization looked like black neighborhoods. That's what globalization looked like, right? Because what happens when we globalize is that we open up all of our borders. And this means that only businesses is making money with the trade. So the tariffs are low so that everybody could be trading. And there's no money coming. I mean, you know what I'm saying? There's little money coming in when something come in and they're able to take things out, right? Tariq got a question. All right, cool. Put the question up, bruh. Go ahead, because I don't understand the question mark. I'll answer the question. Your neighborhood is what globalization looks like and how it affects countries. What do I mean? Listen. We have no borders. Free trade, right? Anybody could come into our communities and open a store. Now, what happens with borders? When you have borders, when somebody brings something in to trade, they have to pay a tax. That's called a tariff. That tariff is not active in our community. So anybody from anywhere could bring anything in our community, take our money, and leave. Countries set up borders. Cities set up borders. Counties set up borders where when stuff comes in, there's some type of tax paid before you are able to set up, and then there's some tax paid before you take the money out. Free trade allows people to come in real cheap and come out real cheap. Your answer is on what was globalization, right? So now what Donald Trump is saying is, he says America is drifting towards looking like our communities. And they don't want that. Because think about it. There's no factories in our communities no more. All the jobs have been taken out of our communities. Really out of the reach of everybody in the community. The only jobs that's really left for us are service-oriented jobs. And these are the jobs that was being left. And this is what pushed Donald Trump into the White House, because a lot of West Asians, right, is realizing that the jobs that's only left there is service, low-paying service jobs. They wanted somebody to tell them, I'm gonna bring back manufacturing, even though we know he ain't gonna be able to do that, right? In our communities, who's talking about bringing in business? You know what I'm saying? What are we producing? We're consumers. What has America become? Consumers. You go into any neighborhood in America right now, you will not find anywhere. I ain't going to say anywhere. That's such a broad term. But there are more consumer-based businesses than anything. There's no producing businesses in our communities. I'm just talking about black folks. Now, other people out there can look at their community and they could be concerned as well, right? I need y'all to understand this, right? So what he's doing, he's putting a stop to, no. And he's telling businesses this. If you move your business out of our country and think that you're going to produce stuff elsewhere and bring it in for cheap, you got me messed up. I'm going to charge you a 35% tax. Tariff just to get your product up in here. Now, black folks, back to us. That's defining your borders. I think that's Kuji Chagalia. Have we defined our borders? Have we defined what's allowed in our community and what's not allowed in our community? Oh, my fault. It's not ours. We renting it. All this economic power we got, and we renting it. You know what I'm saying? So, Trump is going to keep me in business. Trump going to get me paid. Listen, this is what I mean. Because he going to stay in the news. And then on top of that, now I want y'all really to give, I want all of y'all, because all of us got friends that are conspiracy theorists. I want y'all to call them up and be like, hey, You hear what happened with the globalization piece? How that fit in with the conspiracies? You know, because by now we is all supposed to be debt slaves. I mean, we pretty much debt slaves, right? But you know what I'm saying? Now we got somebody in there that's saying, nah, we ain't opening these borders. Nah, America first and only America first. When we gonna get that attitude? Because they got that attitude in Britain. Britain first. They're getting that. They're developing that attitude in Germany. They're developing that attitude in France. They're developing that attitude in Italy. We've been hearing about the riots in Greece because of the austerity measures. Black folks, when we gonna wake up? When we gonna be talking about us first? Right? They want to talk policies with us. They can't be talking about everybody. I'm not on that. I'm not on that train no more. You know what I'm saying? We got to make sure that black folks have specific policies that's geared specifically for us because we have a specific situation. Now, y'all are not. And let me be clear. You, my folk, you are not immigrants. Okay. You are not traditional American citizens. Well, what are we, Brother Hatim? You are what my man Claude Anderson calls the only non-immigrant class in America. We are a non-immigrant class that are faced by
this call is being recorded.
by certain distinctive problems that need to be addressed directly by this government and ourselves. I was just joined on the line. Who's on the line? What's up, Brother Shaka?
Shaka.
How you doing?
Blessed.
Huh?
I'm blessed. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Blessed. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. So did you get up here Saturday?
I did not. We had to run an audible.
That's cool, man. My son locked me out my car. I didn't make it up there, but the building was still open. So let me know next time you need a place. I got you. All right. But right now, what I'm saying is, we have special issues that need to be addressed as a people. Now, and until we stand up and demand them, see, because we allow everybody to get their piece in on what we're doing. Always. You know what I'm saying? LGBT community can slide their stuff in. Women can slide their stuff in. Everybody can get a piece of what need to be specifically for us. But we have specific issues. And I'm sick of people talking about Africans in America, African Americans, ones that was born here, ones that are here as a result of the slave trade. I'm tired of people talking about our issues as if our issues are the same as everybody else, because the situation is different. It's different, and it needs a unique voice. Somebody to step up and speak up for it. Right? Claude Anderson been doing it for years. Y'all need to check out his books. Right? Black Labor, White Wealth, Powernomics. You need to check those books out. Why? Because in there, he shows you exactly how, because our situation is different, it's hard for us to get a foot up. Now we say, well, some of us is making it. But let's look at the large percentage of black folk. Right? When it comes to wealth with black folks, see, because, let me break down wealth, right? Because a lot of us think that because somebody makes a couple of $1 million, they're wealthy. No, they're just rich. Rich is a temporary thing. Rich comes and go. Rich people come and go all the time. You don't believe me? Check the statistics for lottery winners. Check it. Rich people come and go. Wealth is something that is generational. Wealth is something that grows. And then, I just learned this. Wealth is something that belongs to a community. Because if you are a single individual without a community in a sense, and you have money, you will be drained. You got something? You got something for me, Shaka? Go ahead. Hello?
Oh, no, I'm still listening.
Now, so
Yeah, I'm still.
my man, the Great Pumpkin, is shaking up the world. He was talking like he tried to talk like, I'm trying to tell y'all right now, man. If you really want to know Donald Trump's strategy, all you got to do is watch Ric Flair. Because Donald Trump done stole Ric Flair's whole shtick. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all this, right? You watch Ric Flair, old Ric Flair videos, you understand Donald Trump's strategy. He's the dirtiest player in the game. That's Ric Flair's claim to fame. I'm the dirtiest player in the game. One of the smallest wrestlers up there, dominating the field for a long time because he knew how to work the politics, he knew how to work his tongue, he knew how to finesse the people, and he retired a champion. Now, this is how Donald Trump is coming across. Now, also, another thing before we get into the folktale, because we're about to get into the folktale, Donald Trump also said that he's going to cut. Hold on, let me go to it. He says he is going to cut. I love this one. Regulations by 75%. Did y'all hear what I said? He gonna cut regulations by 75%. What does this mean? Now, for his big business brothers that's in his little secret clubs and stuff, that means a lot. You know, to some of us, that don't mean nothing. But to us that's trying to start businesses, because listen, black folk, white folk, brown folk, yellow folk, my whole family that's listening, because I don't want nobody to get upset. Y'all gotta understand, I'm a black man, so I got to look out for black folks first. But I love all of y'all. But I gotta look at my tribe first, right? Because if I don't love my tribe, there's no way I could properly love you. As a matter of fact, anybody out there that knows somebody that's loving you more than they loving their family, you need to watch that motherfucker, because that's a dangerous person. That's loving their tribe, that's loving you and yours more than he loving it. That's a dangerous person. That's a sick person. Now, back to what I was saying. In our communities, we no longer need job seekers. We need job creators. One of the major things, Facebook just dropped off. Facebook, I know y'all hate me. That's cool. You know, I'm talking to my tribe. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? I still got Spreaker. You know, I still got the Uber conference up. Anybody want to join the conversation, hit me up at 614-556-4535. But we don't need job seekers no more. We need job creators. And with him reducing regulations, because I want you to understand, one of the major things that stop a lot of startup businesses is not the cost of starting up. No, my fault. A large part of the startup cost for new businesses is a lot of the legislative garbage that you have to go through. Right? For example, I didn't do my Ambrosia commercial. Ambrosia, I'm drinking on that you see that purple? That's that grape Ambrosia, right? Y'all see what's happening to the bottle. I'm trying to slow down, y'all, but this is the truth. This right here is the truth, right? Look. Oh my God. All right, Facebook, you keep dropping. Those of you that want to listen to the show and don't want to get dropped or get disconnected, go to www.gyenyame.com. gyenyame.com. All right? So, now, last thing. So, I'm still on the Nguza Saba Challenge. Today is Kuji Chagalia. And, man, do I got a surprise for you. I caught up with one of my little brothers, and I happened to walk up on one of his projects. And, man, this calendar, I'm trying to tell y'all, man, we're going to take this whole Nguza Saba challenge to a whole nother level. We changing lives, y'all. We changing lives. You will be surprised how different the world look when you get rid of Mondays and start looking for Emoja. When you get rid of Tuesdays, start looking for Kuji Chaglia. When you get rid of that Wednesday and start looking for that Ujima. I'm trying to tell you, it's such a different thing. And wake up in the morning and toast with me on YouTube, right? I toast every morning. All right, so on to the folktale. Shaka, you got anything before I jump into the folktale? Because I'm going to be able to bring it right back and connect it back to this stuff with our boy, the Great Pumpkin. Shaka. I think Shaka hung up on me. Yup. He done hung up. I done lost him. Alright, so that means we about to kick it. Alright. Here go the story for y'all. It's called The Ass and the Wolf. An ass feeding in the meadow saw a wolf approaching to seize him and immediately pretended to be lame. The wolf, coming up, inquired the cause of his lameness. The ass replied that passing through a hedge, he had trod with his foot upon a sharp thorn. He requested that the wolf pull it out, lest when he ate him, it should injure his throat. The wolf consented and lifted up the foot and was giving his whole mind to the discovery of the thorn, when the ass, with his heel, kicked his teeth into his mouth and galloped away. Oh, all right, hit me up. Hit me up, Tariq, you want some. The wolf, being thus fearfully mauled, said, I am rightly served, for why did I attempt the art of healing when my father only taught me the trade of a butcher? I got plenty, bruh. I'm the plug. This that regular ambrosia, right? Yeah. Clean you out. All right. I'm going to sip on some of that too. So now y'all heard the story. Now watch how I tie this back to everything going on in the world today. I'm going to tie it back to the Great Pumpkin and his policy moves. I'm going to tie it back to the New World Order or the New World Disorder. We could all these folk tales, man, we could tie it into anything. Now, one more time, here we go. An ass feeding the meadow saw a wolf approaching to seize him and immediately pretended to be lame. The wolf, coming up, inquired the cause of his lameness. The ass replied that passing through a hedge, he had trod with his foot upon a sharp thorn. He requested that the wolf pull it out, lest when he ate him, it should injure his throat. The wolf consented and lifted up the foot, and was giving his whole mind to the discovery of the thorn, when the ass, with his heel, kicked his teeth into his mouth and galloped away. The wolf, thus fearfully mauled, said, I am rightly served, for why did I attempt the art of healing when my father only taught me the trade of a butcher? Now, I could break that one down real easy, but I'm going to make it in usual Brother Hatim long-windedness. I'm going to work with it, right? All right, Tariq, hit me up. We hook up. I have a free bottle for you. All right? Now, so first thing first, here's the simple version. Stay in your lane. We ain't got to go global with that one, right? Many of us don't want to stay in our lane. Many of us have not found the lure to mastery. And in not finding the lure to mastery, we become good at everything. When the fact of the matter is that life rewards those that are great at everything. Are great at one thing. All you got to do is become great. All you got to do is be a master at something. Mastery is something that we got out of in our community, and we have suffered ever since. We have allowed the education system to trick us into believing that it's okay to be a jack of all trades, that it's okay to know a little about a lot rather than a lot about a little, right? That's what mastery is about, knowing a lot about a little. Why? Because when you focus in that realm of where you are, the whole universe reveals itself to you. This is why somebody that study quantum physics can talk to somebody that study astrophysics. Because as it is below, so it is above. Right? That's one of the universal laws. So by studying something small and mastering it, you can understand the processes of the massive stars out there. So when you're talking, when those two scientists are talking, they can understand them. They can understand each other. This is why a true master in Christianity, somebody who has sat down and really applied it and studied it, can sit down and have an agreeing talk with somebody who has mastered Islam. They don't have to argue because they have mastered their skills. So they're able to see the whole universe through it. See, the problem with a lot of people just in these religions, I don't have a problem with the religion. I have a problem with fools, right? I have a problem with fools that know a lot about a little. Know a little about a lot, right? Not focused, not mastered. They just know a lot, but know very little. They know a little. They know a, what is it? They know a. I can't remember. I can't remember how I phrased it, but y'all know what I'm saying. And because they are the jacks of all trade, they end up arguing with everybody about their faiths, rather than realizing that your major job is your soul, not everybody else's. And if what you are doing is working, you ain't got to tell everybody. They'll see it, right? So we have an ass who life is threatened. And immediately the ass went into his act. See, all of us need to have an act. All of us need to have a backup plan, because every now and then we are in a position that the ass is in. For those that don't like me using the term ass, just imagine I'm saying the word mule, right? Same thing, right? But it's the ass, right? The ass immediately started acting like he was lame. He went into his tricks, right? Now, black folks, when you are the underdog, when you are the weakest link, when you have been cast into a victim position, it's always good to have an act, right? Because I hear people talking about some of our ancestors and the way they talked and the way they acted and stuff like that, and I wouldn't act like that. First off, you couldn't imagine some of the shit that our ancestors went through. But also, we got to understand that our ancestors went into their bag and went and started acting lame like the mule. Right? See, because it's not easy to run away when you got kids. It's not easy to run away when you got a wife or you love your mother and you don't want to leave her to the ravishes of the angry overseer. Because you had the gall to escape and you embarrassed them all. Yeah, you could take the whip and beat the hell out of him, but what's going to happen to your family? So our ancestors had to go into this mule bag, right? And I want you to understand that this mule played lame. And when the wolf approached him and started asking questions rather than doing what a wolf is supposed to do, right? The wolf got taken out of his lane. Now you the therapist, right? The ass that conned him into being a therapist. Now the therapist is going to go and look at the mule's foot to try to pull the thorn out, because the mule has convinced him. See, because now, this lame mule, this ass, you know what I'm saying? We equate being dumb with being ass. This lame, dumb ass was able to fool a wolf, to pull the thorn out of his foot. And why the wolf? Now I want you to understand this. Because the ass didn't kick right away. The ass waited till the wolf was seriously focusing and truly intent in trying to pull his thorn out so that he could freely eat him. And the wolf and the ass waited to the exact right moment and kicked his damn teeth in and ran for his life. What that got to do with the news today, brother Hatim? Now, I remember 2 years ago when Donald Trump announced that he was running. And he was the ass of the race. Was he not? He played the ass the whole time. He even allowed people to come up to him and pull the thorn up out of his foot. And he ended up not only kicking their teeth in, he kicked in the teeth of the whole damn country, because I didn't even see this coming. I think I'm pretty smart. Right? Now, the same ass is now kicking in the teeth of all these people who thought they was going to make a major come off on this whole piece of globalization. Because I need y'all to understand that, because just like in your neighborhood, you left out the money, in the global scheme of things, you left out the money. Right? And I'm saying, listen, the lesson is in the, well, it's a lesson on both ends. In the ass, when you are the underdog, you need to have your act where you go in and you find that pity and you wait for that pity. And when your opportunity comes, you destroy your enemy. You wound your enemy severely. Right? But then also the lesson is, when you a wolf, do what a wolf do. When you a butcher, do what a butcher do. Don't try to be a doctor. See, a lot of y'all spending your time in your life trying to be doctors, trying to be lawyers, trying to be therapists, rather than focusing on what it is you were put on this planet to do. Black folks, we're the ass standing by the water right now. And there's a whole bunch of wolves just looking at getting at us, because other wolves has gotten at us. Right? And right now is the time for us to go into our act. We need to go into our lame act. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. As soon as they get ready to pull the thorn out, because I want you to understand, the wolf wasn't trying to help the ass. The wolf was preparing his meal. Do you understand that? See, because some of y'all don't even get that, right? Some of y'all don't even know when somebody's putting your ass up on the chopping block. You don't even realize it. They're getting you ready, right? They're moving out all the roadblocks to chop your head off. And you don't even realize it. You don't even realize it. This is what y'all don't understand, man. Everybody else is studying this. Everybody else is making money from this. What do you think of, because let's just take it to, I'm going to go to cartoons. What do you think Bugs Bunny was based on? Your old folk tales. And they still making money with Bugs Bunny. And those all your stories. They just changed them a little bit and put Elmer Fudd. They just changed the little stories around a little bit, and they're making all this money off of our stuff. Right? Teaching lessons. We sitting up there laughing while everybody else in the world is getting a lesson. How is it that a bunny could be the lion, the bunny could be the hunter, the bunny could be all these other people? Bugs Bunny always had an act ready just in case he ran into an enemy that was stronger than him. And he played that enemy all the way he was able to kick their teeth. Black folks, family, we better get ready, y'all, right? Because we've been prepared for a meal. They're about to pull the thorn up out our foot. Right now, they're not totally focused. We got to time it just right. We got to time it just right. But when the time comes, got to be ready to kick. Now, back to the TPP. The ass kick. Knock their goddamn teeth out. Y'all got to understand, man. This is real. We playing, right? But we don't even know the game we playing. We ain't playing serious. We're not playing to win. We got to start playing to win. You know what I'm saying? The ass knew exactly where he was. The ass knew his borders. The ass set a trap and destroyed his enemy because he knew that his borders was about to be violated. His border is his body, for those that don't know. We are allowing people to just ravish us. We're allowing people to come in. And I mean, there's no tips when anybody doing business in our community. Anybody could come in and set up. Wolves, everyone out. At the gas station, somebody wanted to buy some ambrosia, but they wanted to support the journey. So I take them the ambrosia, and in the middle of our conversation, an Armenian woman came up trying to sell her jewelry because she needed gas. Now, first off, you just now discovering that you needed money for gas at nighttime at a gas station, and now you up coming up to me, right? And another black man talking about you want to sell an 18-karat gold ring? I say, no, I don't want the ring. I don't want the ring. I don't want the ring. We're trying to handle business. Let me finish handling business. So we make our exchange. Homeboy give me some dough, and I turn around and I give her $5. I say, listen, here, y'all need gas? $5. She said, why would you buy my ring? I don't want your ring. Bitch got mad. Bitch said something disrespectful when she was walking away. Right? Listen. Anybody is just allowed in our community. Anybody could be disrespectful. Anybody could do anything they want. Right? You know what I'm saying? I got an Armenian trying to hustle me. I'm trying to help her and her husband who's walking around in the shadows like I can't see him. Right? I'm like, dude, it's ridiculous. Now, but the point that I'm making is this. Everybody is coming into our community. Why? Because they're like wolves in this story. They see the ass by the water and they're about to try to pounce on us. So now the Armenians is next. They already in our communities in the pawn shops. Right? Right? We got everybody doing business in our community. Everybody can come in. Everybody's eating off the ass. We still ain't kicked yet. We done let them take the thorn out. We done let them put salt on us. We done let them start biting on us. But see, now this is the one thing I have to, because like I say, y'all, some of y'all gonna be listening to my shows. Y'all are, Tariq said, don't call her a bitch. You right, Tariq. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call that hoe a bitch. But I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? I just don't, I turn around, I help you, and you still upset with me. You still got the audacity to walk away saying something up under your breath. This is the type of respect we get over here, y'all. Now, let me get back to the story, right? Y'all, a lot of y'all gonna be mad at me because y'all gonna think I'm a Donald Trump fan. I am not. Actually, I don't trust none of these politicians. I didn't trust Obama. I didn't trust Bill Clinton. I didn't trust Ronald Reagan. I didn't trust Bush 1, Bush 2. When I was born, I didn't trust Gerald Ford. I didn't trust... when I was born and I heard about Kennedy, I automatically started distrusting him too. I don't trust any of these politicians. Just keeping it all the way real with you, right? I'm not a Trump fan. But one thing I do recognize is when somebody is using my principles. Self-determination, right? He's drawing the borders. And I'm saying we need to be bold enough to draw our borders as well. Because we have a right to. We have a right to. And when somebody violating those borders that's stronger than us, we need to play the lane back. whet their appetite, and fool them into pulling the thorn out our foot. And when they are totally focused on our foot, we need to kick their goddamn teeth in. This is Brother Hatim, and I'm going to say I want to thank those that took the time to stop through and check us out on Facebook. I want to thank those that's listening to us on Spreaker as well. Now, for those that are new, who might not heard the story, let me read the story and you go back and you can watch the show. An ass feeding in the meadow started about the 9:35 mark, for those that want to get straight to the story, because I started off talking about some of the stuff that Trump did, that he's doing. An ass feeding in the meadow saw a wolf approaching to seize him and immediately pretended to be lame. The wolf, coming up, inquired the cause of this lameness. The ass replied that passing through a hedge, he had trod with his foot upon a sharp thorn. The wolf, he requested that the wolf pull it out, lest when he ate him, it should injure his throat. The wolf consented and lifted up the foot, and was giving his whole mind to the discovery of the thorn, when the ass, with his heel, kicked his teeth into his mouth and galloped away. The wolf, being thus fearfully mauled, said, I am rightfully served, for why did I attempt the art of healing when my father only taught me the trade of a butcher? Two lessons. The lesson of the ass, the lesson of the wolf. The lesson of the ass. When you are outnumbered and outpowered, you have to have an act that you fall back on. Bugs Bunny taught us that, because like I told y'all before, Bugs Bunny comes from our traditions. Other people took it and used the stories. You have to go into your act. And in your act, you have to wait for the timing, because the mule didn't rush. The ass didn't rush. He took his time. And when his time came, he took full advantage and kicked that motherfucker's teeth in. Excuse my language. No, you don't. Don't excuse my language. Don't excuse the language. I'm sorry. Second lesson. Wolf, stay in your lane. As above, studying the small, you learn about the big. By studying the small, you learn about the big. So, hey, this is Brother Hatim. I want to thank everybody for tuning in now, or those that's going to be watching in the future. And with that, I am out.
Mr. Diddy.